No, that would be extortion.
Yeah.
Are you calling me a liar?
No.
Each week we break down another Better Call Saul episode in order. This week's episode title has a triple meaning. We'll get into it along with 40 details you might not know in Season 2, Episode 4, Gloves Off. It's the only 43-minute episode in the Breaking Bad universe, making it the 7th shortest. Mike's eye looks strange. Let's boost the exposure. Oh, but that's cheating. Let's wait for the big reveal. Sorry to the prop money haters, but I think it's funny that this is the focal point of the shot. That's about as clear as you'll ever see it. And then there's the duplicate serial numbers and the bizarro Ben Franklin. This Kroger packaging is too modern for 2002. Besides the style, you detectives have pointed out that the logo would have been different, and these front-of-package nutrition keys were introduced in 2011. The Green Giant logo is also...
Oh, I gotta go grab my shit. I didn't realize I would... Oops.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
They used some makeup and real bandages, but most of this is a face-off style visual effect, as Jonathan's skin couldn't handle the spirit gum that would have been used to apply a prosthetic. Vince said his eye was wide open when they shot this. It does look a little fake if you watch closely, and he gained some damage and bandages compared to when he walked in the door. You may recognize those boxing gloves, although Mike's not giving them back, so I guess Tuco buys another pair in the future.
How could that be? Where did it all go?
All this time we thought there was a Davis somewhere, but here's Davis and Maine. Just kidding. This is Doug Linton, and this is someone known only as Cordova. She could be Cordova Davis, although it would be weird for one to be listed as first name only and one as last name only. So Davis remains a mystery.
If you or a loved one is a resident of a sandpiper crossing...
What am I trying to get here? I'm trying to get...
Your own voice?
Definitely a step down from Robert Clotworthy.
Mesothelioma.
Strictly to save money.
You think this is about money?
It was an experiment, and as such, a success.
You keep using the word experiment like you're the goddamn Wright brothers.
Ed Begley Jr. was a Wright brother on the pilot episode of Voyagers.
We've gotten nearly 200 phone calls since this one airing.
New Mexico reports. No, I'm not going to count them, in part because I can't always be sure they're just not books that look similar.
You hear that? That's the sound of victory.
We can see Cliff's off-camera window reflected, and outside of it is plain backstage area rather than the fake outdoors.
Don't act like you don't see the problem here.
He doesn't.
I don't.
You cut us out.
You and I did discuss the possibility of a commercial.
For a grand total of 30 seconds when I was halfway out the door.
Actually, Cliff, it was more like 50 seconds.
We are a team at Davis and Maine. If you simply can't fit in as part of the team...
I can fit in. I fit in. I am here to help you and HHM win Sandpiper.
Sandpiper's not what keeps the lights on around here.
We have clients who wouldn't want to be associated with this kind of this.
Our image, our reputation is worth far more than any one case.
I think that perfectly sums up the perspective Jimmy's missing.
The vote is currently 2-1 to fire you for cause.
I believe Cliff is the one vote in Jimmy's favor because...
I believe in second chances. But no, this is both strike one and strike two.
Charlie Hustle's about to strike out.
Going forward, you can expect a great deal more scrutiny.
I was confused why Kim would be number 3 on his speed dial, but this comment makes it all make sense. Number 2 might be reserved for Chuck out of habit, with number 1 reserved for voicemail, which means this was likely inaccurate.
I'm number 1 on your speed dial.
And the tones don't match the star 3 talk buttons he's pressing. The star 3 should be instead of...
You've reached the voicemail of Kim Wexler.
Hey, Kim.
Please call me before you talk to Howard.
It's a simple question, Kim. Did you or did you not know about this commercial?
He showed it to me.
He showed it to you. You didn't think I deserved a heads up.
I didn't realize...
This is really big of Kim to protect Jimmy.
At the time, I didn't think it was necessary.
He certainly did nothing to deserve that.
We were caught flat-footed in front of our co-counsel, which I don't need to tell you does not reflect well on HHHHHM.
Wow, I guess they've added some more partners.
Or on you. You can go.
3 of the 4 switches are taped down with something written on it. Is this to prevent people from accidentally turning on the lights with Chuck around, or does HHM have its own versions of the switch? And strangely, the tape positions have changed since they appeared in Cobbler.
What are you going to do?
I figure from here you've got a good beat on the place.
We know a certain family from Michoacan, so that's a clue about who's connected to this restaurant.
Tuco.
Originally, they were going to make this restaurant Taco Cabeza.
Half the deals I've ever done went down at Taco Cabeza. Nobody ever gets shot at Taco Cabeza.
They were in the middle of designing its logo when they found this real restaurant and thought it would be perfect instead. They didn't even change the restaurant's name. It no longer exists, but you can eat at the restaurant that replaced it.
Tuco stares like he's looking inside him. Calls it his lie detector. See him packing up? Drive over. Pull up in the spot next to Tuco's. Pop.
Pop, pop, pop.
Headshot. Roll out.
How exactly do I not get seen?
That's why you're perfect. You're no one, you got no connections.
Someone comes in behind me, I'm blocked.
Who's gonna pull in behind you?
Well, I'm guessing someone who likes tacos.
Get out and run.
Bad knees.
I got bad knees.
They could have called this show the Bad Knees Brothers.
Killing your partner. That's a bell you don't unring.
know it was you.
You know I got this?
Now why would he, Nacho?
Tuco and I were working with these bikers out of Riverside County.
Riverside is where Breaking Bad was originally going to be located and filmed, but a huge tax break enticed Sony to move everything to Albuquerque.
They're running this peanut butter crank. Our connect was a guy called Dog Paulson.
Wait. Peanut butter crank is a slang term for impure methamphetamine, but as far as from blue skies you can get, it gets the name from the crumbly brown texture. Interesting.
Peter do have whacked one Dog Paulson. Back when our homegrown banditos were wrestling the crank trade away from the SoCal biker gangs.
He thinks Dog is supplying his competitor trying to cut Tuco out. Tuco doesn't even raise his voice, but suddenly he's got a sawed-off, and
Pop.
I was behind him. And this, a piece of Dog's skull.
He's got that dog in him.
Anyway, not the kind of thing you go to the doctors for. Tuco really liked Dog, but when he's using loco, crazy.
Michael Mando was the one like this as Voss in Far Cry 3.
I don't like the way you are looking at me. And he's using, again, crystal. Much bigger kick.
Nacho is right to worry about that.
It's him or me.
It is him or us. You understand? It is him or us!
And they're both talking about Tuco. He should really reflect on the effect he has on people. They didn't handle the red border when digitally removing this sign.
There. Man with a scoped rifle could get a clean shot. No witnesses, clean egress.
You can make that shot?
Yeah.
We'll find out why in a moment.
You saying you do it?
50 grand.
50 grand.
I'll look into it.
That won't work. He needs to do the 5-knock.
Your brother isn't here, Mr. McGill.
I know. He sent me to get his ink blotter.
Watch yourself. The floor's slick.
Thank you, Gesualdo.
Writer Gordon Smith named this character after Carlo Gesualdo, a 16th century Italian madrigal composer.
Dude, that's crazy.
Looking for Miss Wexler? She's still here.
Where? Kim, I am so sorry. I should have told you last night.
You think?
Howard can't just stick you in doc review because of something I did at an entirely different law firm. What the hell kind of sense does that make?
I told you this would happen.
He can't blame you for this.
I warned you he would.
I'm talking to Howard.
What? Call him a pig fucker again?
I'm talking to him tonight.
Jimmy, no. You'd only make things worse.
I'll explain it to him.
No! If you go to Howard, you and I, we're done.
So we're not done now?
Could you please just go?
He can't confront Howard, but she didn't say anything about Chuck.
I'm coming in!
I think that part of the lantern is removable, so Chuck must have put it back on upside down. Jimmy hasn't been inside Chuck's house since they're falling out, but he's desperate to fix this.
Chuck, do you want me to get you to the hospital?
It's almost 3 a.m. And for those wondering about Chuck wearing a watch, it's mechanical, so like the metronome and alarm clock, he's still safe from electricity. It appears to be a Raymond Weil watch.
Extra protection here.
Single shot, bolt, very effective against soft targets.
Lawson's back in a very familiar situation.
Tried and true. No nonsense about it.
They built this hotel room set to resemble the Breaking Bad set, using only photos and episode screen grabs of the original because they no longer had the construction drawings. It's not meant to be the same room, but the same hotel. Other than the curtains and the mirror frame, it's a great match. They both even have unpainted wall repairs.
What's this?
As always, I've gone to the trouble of grinding down the serial number.
The main difference is the experience and knowledge of his prospective buyer.
I don't want to be caught with this on me.
Acid will recover it.
I follow up with a pass through a random stipple machine press. That's the Armalite AR-50.
Lawson does mix up the guns here, but it's okay. I've done it too.
Looks like a hernia with a scope on it.
SR-25 match rifle. Eugene Stoner designed semi-auto.
I've heard they're prone to jam.
Early M16s, also designed by Stoner, developed a reputation for jamming from Vietnam.
The M40, essentially the same rifle used by Marine snipers since 1966. You seem to know this one.
Oh, yeah. You could say that.
No offense to Gordon the writer, but I thought this comment was pretty funny.
We can't bolt through the zinger. Sorry.
What do you think?
It's fiberglass instead of wood. It changed it over in 1970 or so.
Good. Somebody probably should have figured that out before they sent it into a damn jungle.
Yeah, probably.
This is meant to reveal that Mike was a Vietnam vet. Vince and Jonathan think he was a Marine sniper.
I've changed my mind. I don't need anything at this time. For your trouble?
Oh, it's no trouble. I make my living on repeat business. When you need what I'm offering, you know how to find me.
Like cars, this is an area I know little about, and as Vince says,
there's nobody more passionate than gun nerds, so I'm sure they'll be, that's not strictly true, that blah blah blah.
But this channel's all about that, so I know you'll let me know if I made mistakes or missed something.
You're still here.
How you feeling?
I could use some tea.
Thanks. You scared me last night. Sometimes I overdo it, and that's all.
Was it Jimmy's antics that did this to Chuck, or is it really just normal in-office fatigue?
Going into the office really takes it out of you, doesn't it? There's so many important things for you to do there. Like, you know, stick it to Kim Wexler.
What did I do to Kim Wexler?
She's back in the cornfield, isn't she?
I already counted Jimmy's Twilight Zone reference in a previous episode, so he actually has no colorful references in this episode. You can tell he's feeling terrible.
Management of personnel, those decisions are all Howard's.
Right, and he didn't influence that at all.
What are you going to do?
That is rich. When Howard was making his management decisions, was he sitting on your knee with your arm up his ass?
We were caught flat-footed in front of our co-counsel, which does not reflect well on HHM or on you. Kim, doc review. Doc review, Kim, because I don't care.
If Howard were my puppet, he certainly wouldn't have recommended you to Davis and Maine.
Here's one meaning of gloves off. Chuck isn't pulling any punches here.
Don't punish Kim.
Kim had a responsibility to Hamlin McGill.
She didn't know I was going to air the commercial. She didn't know I hadn't gotten it approved.
She didn't say anything to us about that.
She wouldn't want to make me look bad.
This shows a lack of judgment on her part. She knows you. She should have known better.
You are such an asshole.
For pointing out that her one mistake was believing in you.
Can I remind you, it worked. It worked like a dream.
That's your problem, Jimmy. Thinking the ends justify the means. How he hasn't fired you for this positively mystifies me. You're like an alcoholic. Someone's given you the keys to the school bus, and I'm not going to let you drive it off a cliff.
Can we just get down to brass tacks here?
I failed to show all the people asking for the counter who did know that it's TACKS, so here you go.
What can I do to put Kim back where she belongs, huh?
Life is not one big game of let's make a deal.
Yes, it is. I'm Monty Hall. What's behind door number 2? What'll it take?
These personas are tricky to count. Here's one I missed from early on, so I'll count it now.
You must have the stickers or you won't pass. You want me to quit being a lawyer? Yeah, a chip with a machine gun. That's me, right?
This isn't a real counter. I don't want the counter to hear me. But I'll point out that this is the second and final time this phrase is used. Nope, nobody counted anything.
That's why you put the screws to Kim in the first place, to squeeze me.
It's all about me. That would be extortion.
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell anyone. You just set things right for Kim. And I quit the law for good. No more Jimmy McGill Esquire. Poof, like he never even existed. Wow. Come on, Chuck, extort me.
You want me to commit a felony?
All your dreams will come true.
I am not the bad guy here.
I can't be the bad guy.
You clearly don't need any help from me to tank your career. You're doing just fine on your own. Speaking of which, you're going to be at least 20 minutes late for work. Another feather in your cap with Clifford, Maine.
So,
I'm not gonna do it.
what are you negotiating now?
No amount of money makes this a good idea.
He knows it won't work because he appears in Breaking Bad. His boxing glove that was taken from him in Better Call Saul is somehow back.
A dead Tuco draws Salamancas like flies.
He's right about that.
You said it yourself. You don't need him dead. You need him to go away. You won't have to do any time. There's no killing, but your Tuco problem, it goes away.
This shot has been reversed, and you can tell because the spinners are spinning counterclockwise, but in the next shot they're spinning clockwise. Vince said they did this because the spinners were coming to a stop. Tuco's car is a 1970 Pontiac Le Mans Sport with GTO The Judge stripes. That's fitting because his gun is also named The Judge. And in case you missed this clue, we know who's about to appear.
Our furniture is bueno. Tampico is the name-o.
Domingo Molina, potential son of Carmen Molina, before he gets his Crazy 8 nickname.
It's all there. No shot, bro. What?
Let the man count. Good.
There's emotion visible, and at this point I recognize some of those serial numbers.
So next time, huh?
I wonder if the writers got this idea from Larry David, who used this technique in Curb Your Enthusiasm for decades. He even used it on this guy.
Okay. I'll see you next week, Tuco.
They originally auditioned the restaurant owner to be Nacho's dad. He hadn't acted before and was an upholsterer in real life. For some reason, they thought it could be a good idea to have an authentic upholsterer play an upholsterer. Maybe we missed out on a trademark long dialogue-free upholstering scene since this casting didn't happen.
I would like to report a fight going on at the El Machicana restaurant. There is a man threatening another man with a gun. I'm a passerby. I don't want to get involved.
It's impressive that Mike managed to time this call so well.
Fuck. Little man just hit my car.
Mike's got one of the more rare hot air balloon license plates like Jesse had. In real life, this scene was filmed over 2 to 3 days, so there are inconsistencies with the sun. For example, here the restaurant is shading the 2 parking spots, but here it's not the case. This is definitely the Too Modern Visa logo.
Hey, give me the number 4.
Oh, it's hope time. Fuck, man.
Here's the only time we've seen these two together.
You just hit my car. You're talking to me.
Got Mr. Magoo here.
Mr. Magoo is notorious
Mr.
for his extreme
Magoo.
nearsightedness, and this is a callback to Breaking Bad.
Oh, Mr. Magoo.
Yes, sir.
Even while using, his relative patience with Mike could be due to his respect for the elderly. He loves old people.
No, I don't think I did.
You calling me a liar?
No,
I saw it too.
if I did, I apologize.
6:33.
Keep the change. Excuse me.
Connor, what's up, buddy? How you been? How you doing?
Come on, that'll buff right out.
You're gonna make this all right.
Fine. I have very.
What's
good
new,
time
buddy?
to
How's
take
life?
Care of this.
Cash.
I have maybe 20, 30 bucks on me. That's all.
Okay, now you're lying to me. Take out the wallet.
There's more son and character position continuity issues in back-to-back frames.
Oh, come on, guys.
Give me your wallet, and maybe you walk away from this.
I'm not giving you a damn thing.
There's the judge again, and it's still an anachronism from 4 years in the future.
Wallet. Time to bounce. Yeah, go.
That's how Mike will get his keys back.
One lucky old man. The hell? Let go.
Tuco shows impressive reflexes from one frame to the next.
I'm good, nothing new. Life is good. How's my job going? I mean, oh no, I fucked up. I mean, it's a job, so, you know, I went and seen my daughter yesterday. That's
Then
probably...
they sped it up in sometimes strategically removed frames. Mike takes punches way better than No-Dos, although maybe Tuco will get a lot stronger in prison.
So, I mean, there's
This
that.
was inspired
That's
by
always
a
good.
scene from Raging Bull in which Jake LaMotta takes Sugar Ray Robinson's punches as a sort of penance. So Mike is willing to put himself through this because he feels he deserves it for his past sins.
Let go.
This is apparently bad punching form because your thumb should be out and your wrist.
Yeah, you
should be
break your
straight.
fucking hand doing that.
The flying blood was added digitally. To get this shot, they put a piece of glass in front of the camera. It took 5 minutes for them to arrive, which actually feels pretty reasonable and faster than I would have guessed.
How's my daughter? Phenomenal, bro. Phenomenal. She's a little angel.
Busy. This fight
For the
is
most part.
second interpretation of gloves off, with the third being that Mike will literally rip the gloves off Tuco. But strangely, we never get to see that. Goodbye, Tuco. We know that he'll spend time in prison where he'll share a cell with Skinny Pete, and years of prison workouts rather than drugs will make him appear more youthful than ever.
Wow, look at you.
That is once again mostly a digital effect.
25.
Half the original amount to kill him.
Definitely earned it. You could have gotten twice as much for 1/10 the hassle. You would have done the world a favor.
You know, Mike, I'd say this way of dealing with Tuco is a
Half measure.
I thought you vowed never to do that again after the
Big boy.
incident. I hope there are no consequences from this.
You went a long way to not pull that trigger. Why?
Mike figures Nacho won't get it, even if he tries to explain. It just happened to be windy, so that's real wind and natural dust. They liked the effect so much, like everything just got wiped away, that they held onto this shot longer than planned. But wouldn't Mike have pulled forward by now? Congratulations and thanks to the new 1 year.
Not unless you have to back out of that
Jackson
spot.
Deathwish
Like,
682-inch in tuples, and to the new 6.
shit. I'm gonna rip a duck. I'm going to rip a duck. Oh yeah. Woo!
On a warm and drizzly July evening in 2024, a man carrying a crossbow concealed
Am I
beneath a
good?
white sheet
Oh, yeah.
exited a family home on Ashland Close.
That shit fucked
in the
me up
leafy
right there.
town of Bushy in Hertfordshire.
Woo!
Over the previous 5 hours, this man had enacted a plan to massacre 3 female members of the same family. His actions had been mapped out for weeks. As word of the horrific murders spread across the country, fear of the attacker merged with grief for the victims. And investigators set out to find answers. Hi there, I'm Kevin, and welcome to Just Thought Lounge. Today's case is a higher profile one than those that we often cover here at JTL. Perhaps you've heard of it, or maybe have followed the information as authorities have released pieces over the past year. It is one that contains the kind of unsettling details that stay with you long after you've heard the story.
I'm
For us
cooked.
here at JTL,
That
it hits close to home.
That shit fucked me.
Take a look.
That hit me like a ton of bricks. Bro, I remember when I was in middle school, grade 6, I have this like really high-pitched voice and shit. Grade 7 I come back, and I have like a nice, like, you know, deep voice and whatnot. And all my friends still have like really high like voices and shit.
Roughly 16 miles from London. It is known for its rural charm and a blending.
My
of
boys
city
have high
and
voices,
country living.
and my one buddy goes,
Bushy has a
"Puberty hit
pub
you like a ton
and
of bricks,
Jerk
didn't
Free
it?"
at its
And
center.
ever since then, I don't know why. It's
Like so
shit's
many
so funny.
places where brutal and shocking murders have been reported, Bushy was once considered a town where nothing of the sort could ever possibly occur. That changed on the evening of July 9th, 2024. At 6:58 p.m., 28-year-old Hannah Hunt placed an emergency call using her mother's cell phone. She was at her home in Bushy, which was shared with her two parents, Carol and John, as well as one of her sisters, 25-year-old Louise. She told the operator that a man was inside the house. "He shot us," she said. Though seriously injured, Hannah offered what information she could. 12 minutes later, emergency services arrived. Inside the house, they found 61-year-old mother Carol and youngest daughter Louise already dead. Valiant attempts to resuscitate Hannah ultimately failed. She too was pronounced deceased. Both daughters died from crossbow bolt injuries. Carol had been stabbed to death. Two members of the family, Father John and a third daughter Amy, were the only survivors. They were not at the house.
Crossbow.
The murderer
Yeah,
fled the scene before
wild.
police arrived.
Go inside there because there might be a man on the loose there with the crossbow.
That's
So
wild. What
went
the
upstairs
fuck?
and kept on popping ahead like most of the neighbours there through the windows kind of thing there. So a bit of window watching.
I mean, what was that like on a normal evening, being told there's a man with a crossbow nearby?
It's unnerving.
We were all very anxious. We were on edge all night, unable to sleep until the very early hours of the morning because we're just seeing a flood of blue lights, helicopters, sirens everywhere. We were all very scared.
Because it's a really residential area and there isn't, nothing much ever goes on round here at all, apart from people going back and forwards to work, and back and forwards to where they go. Never saw anybody round here carrying a crossbow at all, never at all.
Meanwhile, it's that old
As
man.
news of the killings spread from the streets
Nah,
of Bushy
never,
to
never.
the national media, many already horrified viewers were further devastated to learn that the victims were family members of a familiar public figure. BBC racing commentator John Hunt.
AP McCoy, get up! Of course he did!
John was covering a horse racing event miles away when his wife and daughters were murdered. The last text he had from them came from Louise's phone at 5:52 p.m. and asked, "What time are you home?" John replied that unfortunately he would be late. "Saturday races have a later start than usual," he said. Then he wrote, "Everything okay, sweetness?" Only later, the husband and father would learn that this last message was received not by his youngest daughter, but rather her killer. The family was extremely well liked in the community. They were also a close household. Two daughters in their 20s still happily lived at home. They even vacationed together as a family. Both women had also launched their own successful careers. Hannah had established herself as a talented beautician, first working at a local anti-aging clinic and later launching out on her own. She was in a long-term committed relationship with a man named Alex Klein. Louise had set up a small pod in the family's back garden where she ran Groom and Glow, a dog grooming service. Friends spoke
That
of the
dog looked like
shock
it got
and grief,
mauled.
also of the wonderful people that Louise, Hannah, and Carol were.
One of the loveliest persons, loveliest girl I ever knew. Always had a smile and very positive and hardworking. So genuinely a really, really sweet person.
Just a lovely girl. I just can't believe it's happened. It's, like I say, it's a thing nightmares are made of. She was the nicest, kindest, sweetest person that you could ever meet. Beautiful, beautiful person.
The hours and days after the murders grew tense, not just in Bushy, but across London, where officers with firearms were dispersed in search teams at targeted locations in the city. Their aim was to locate the killer, still armed with a crossbow. Though the suspect had escaped before emergency services arrived, law enforcement nonetheless knew exactly who they were looking for. It seems that Hannah, who had arrived home in the midst of the attack, had managed to send off a text to boyfriend Alex before being shot. Then, after sustaining her injuries, she had reached her mother's cell phone and managed to tell the 999 operator who was in the
999.
house. In her
Oh,
text,
Juice
she
WRLD?
wrote, "Call police immediately. To mine. Now. Kyle here. Police now. He's tying us up." To the operator, she said, "My sister's ex-boyfriend has come in and he shot us." The man she was referring to was Louise's recent ex-boyfriend, 26-year-old Kyle Clifford. Kyle was the third of 3 siblings raised in Enfield, North London. It was in this area that initial efforts to locate Kyle focused. His family home was raided and searches carried out. Police also raided his brother's former address in the Enfield area, but with no success. Helicopters and drones took to the sky to assist, while the public was warned to keep an eye out for Kyle. But if he is spotted, Hertfordshire police instructed the public to stay as far away from him as possible.
Yeah, I mean, crossbows only got
Crossbows
so
can
much
fire
range.
accurately from a surprisingly long distance.
Our
Depends on the
overarching
crossbow.
objective today is to protect public safety and to locate Kyle Clifford, who is wanted in connection with the murder of the 3 women in what we believe is a targeted incident. We have extensive police resources deployed to various locations in North London and also the Bushy area of Hertfordshire. The manhunt also involves armed police officers and specialist search teams responding at pace in the wake of what has been an horrific incident, involving what is currently believed to be a crossbow, but other weapons may also have been used. If members of the public see Kyle Clifford,
Yo, Mr. fucking 26er, what's up? Yeah, that is actually nuts. Actually, it's pretty nuts. How's it been that long? I have no idea, bro. Oh shit. Almost fucked up so bad right there. Yeah, I have no idea how it's been so long, bro. It's crazy. That's fucking just crazy. It's just fucking crazy. Oh my, phenomenal. Life's good. Life is good. Got me a full-time job. I've been fucking and just bought a car. I'll be getting on the road. Life's good, man. Yes, sir. Been seeing my daughter a lot and shit, you know what I mean? So, see her every other weekend now. Life's been good. Yeah. Yeah. I'm happy. That's all that matters, you know? Appreciate the pact. How you been, bro? What's new with you? 62. Let's go. Oh yeah, that's pretty much why I stopped, bro. Not gonna lie. My computer, like the Bluetooth, I'll be on like around 70 or like between like 50 and 70. And my Bluetooth just randomly just disconnects for some reason. Like every time, every game I play. Like every single game I play. So I just stopped. I was like, fuck, man, it's just like, cringe. And then like I sometimes could reconnect the Bluetooth and it would just be super like have a lot of input delay, It would have like so much input delay if I could get it working again. Oh, it's been rough, man. That's not good. I hope things turn around for you, brother. That's not good. I want to hear that. That's not good. I think things are getting better. Things are getting better. That's good, man. Like, yeah, I mean, you just gotta chip away at it every day, Small progress is still progress. Gotta remember that. Don't ever forget it. I mean, shit. I was in a rough spot there for a while, for like a year maybe. And I got up out of it. If I can do it, shit, bro. You got that, kid. You got that, no problem. That poor fucking kid just got blown off the ship.
To approach him at any point and to dial 999 immediately.
News stations provided live coverage of the ongoing search.
The 2-week Minecraft phase? Nah. You just go through two, like, I know what you mean. I have the same thing with Apex, bro. I have the same thing with Apex. There'll be a phase where I just fucking addicted to it for like a week or two, and just be, alright, this game sucks. Like, get me off this shit. No, I know exactly what you mean.
Then, on July 10th, reports emerged that Kyle was seen in the Lavender Hill Cemetery near his home in Enfield. Teams of armed officers descended on the cemetery from every angle. There, they located Kyle. By the time they reached him, he had fired one last crossbow bolt. This time, he was the target.
Oh boy.
Kyle was rushed to the hospital, where over the following 10 weeks, he would receive life-saving treatment. Eventually, Kyle Clifford recovered from the single shot he sustained.
That's hilarious. I'm playing, yo, just come back to it, grind the shit over for 2 weeks, and that's your fix. Yo, no, that's exactly it, bro. That's exactly it. Like, I've put so much time and, like, effort and money into, like, Apex. I just love that game so much. but that's just such a frustrating game to play. No, I know exactly what you mean, bro.
Chest down. Kyle was not wholly unknown to law enforcement before he was named as the alleged crossbow killer. His family had a history with violent crime. Kyle's brother Bradley was in prison for murder. In 2017, at the age of 23, Bradley Clifford chased down two teenagers after they had struck his high-performance Ford Mustang EcoBoost's wing mirror with a bottle. They were both flung into the air by the collision, and one was beaten by Bradley as he lay on the ground, fatally injured. The other teen miraculously escaped with only minor injuries. Bradley was sentenced to 23 years. Kyle evidently was close to his older brother, visiting him in prison frequently, something that had never sat well with Louise. She viewed Kyle's unwillingness to acknowledge the brutality of Bradley's crime as representative of his character, listing this amongst other behaviors as reasons to distance herself from him. When Kyle's name was released to the public, others who knew him began to speak up. This included those who had served with him during his brief time in the Army. A fellow trainee who knew Kyle throughout their basic training in 2019 reported that at that time, he was immature for his age and had a chip on his shoulder. According to this trainee, he struggled to grasp basic military concepts, but just managed to reach the standard to pass training.
Problem with me is competitive games going against other ain't your thing anymore. Whole reason I've never played Fortnite after BOTO is done. Yeah, fair. I like Apex is like the only competitive game that I like. I don't know. I'm actually pretty good at it too. That's probably why, though. You know what I mean? Like, I'm actually pretty decent at it. Sometimes. Like, recently, I'm not that good. Recently, I'm really bad because I just haven't been having the time to play or whatever. But back when I was playing, like, fucking, like, 6 hours a day or some shit, like, it was not bad. No, I don't. I use this stuff called Lumberjack. It smells all woody and natural and shit. It's delicious. With Katie, but must be able to. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I haven't worried about Katie and stuff like that in, like, a long time. Probably since, like, Black Ops, like, COD Ghosts. Apex, I cared about my KD for a little bit, and then like when they merged accounts, I just didn't really give a fuck, and that was like a year and a half ago. It's kind of didn't really care about my Apex KD anymore. I just kind of fucked around. Apex is my like fuck around game because there's so much you can do. I think it's just my own issue. Yeah, fair. That's fair. You know, a game I haven't played in a while that I want to actually give a go again is Rocket League. That shit was pretty fun. I remember getting super fucked up in my buddy's basement. We'd all sit there and play 1v1s. Yeah, I able to pause at any time. Damn. That's fire. Rocket League's great fun. Yeah. I remember just getting super drunk at like 15, 16 or whatever, 17. And like going over to my buddy's place and playing that in his basement. All drunk as shit. And we're trying to fly around. We're like, yo, we should never drink and drive, boys. Like, holy fuck, we're terrible. Good times. Me them fish, baby. Man, I'm fucking stacking them up fast here. It's insane.
It seems that after joining Her
Are we gonna
Majesty's
make it?
Army
Are we
in
gonna make it?
2019,
Oh,
Kyle had remained in
we
the service for just
we
over
made it.
2 years.
Oh
He
my
spent
god. Pick perfect.
286 days over that period
Pick
at home,
perfect.
however, claiming an undisclosed
15
illness.
more minutes, baby.
When he finally quit in 2022, his commanding officer observed that his character is wholly unsuited to military employment, and he had no care nor concern beyond himself. After leaving the Army, Kyle first sought employment as a fire and security systems installer at a St. Albans-based fire safety company before leaving that position and becoming a security guard. He was subsequently fired from that role not long before the murders took place. The reason for his dismissal has not been formally reported, though his comments about female coworkers, described as misogynistic, was rumored to have played a role.
You got Jack Blackskin? That's
However,
fucking
Kyle had
gas.
presented himself to peers and employers. He certainly made an effort to win over Louise Hunt. The two met on Bumble in December
She
2022,
looks plastic.
and over the next 18 months, they were in a serious and ostensibly committed relationship. Unbeknownst to Louise, during this period, Kyle also carried on a romantic relationship with 2 other women whom he had connected with through his previous jobs.
Oh, that's crazy.
The
Jack
Hunts were
Blackskin.
said to have
Oh yeah,
welcomed Kyle
didn't they make like a movie with him or something?
with open arms. Secretly, friends reported that no one in the family was a fan of Louise's choice of partner. They described him as both arrogant and odd. Nonetheless, he was welcomed. Kyle joined them on family vacations. He spent days with them celebrating Christmas 2023 in the family home. The breakup came in late June after the couple attended a wedding for a member of Kyle's family in the north of England. After traveling for hours for the event, Kyle boasted to Louise, in front of other guests, that he had slept with some of the other attendees. She later wrote to him that she found his treatment of her belittling and embarrassing. She wanted to end things.
Minecraft movie is alright, but because I watched it
In the
online,
messages
pirated.
later retrieved by investigators, a pattern of attempted
Oh, weird.
manipulation by
Yo,
Kyle
here.
emerged.
Check this site out, eh? Fuck, let me, give me a sec. There we go. I don't want to lose my fish. You should check out popcornmovies.to. This shit's like so good, bro. They usually have like HD versions of movies within like a day or two of its release. You got live sports and shit here too. Like, I don't know. That's the best site I've ever found for that shit. I mean, I'd rather them cancel it and make the game good than have the game come out and it be a pile of dog shit. And you?
After Louise expressed her discontent with the relationship, Kyle was at first defiant. He angrily pushed back at her, claiming that she was always making him the bad guy. When she did not back down, he feigned indifference. If she didn't like the way he acted or who he was as a person, so what? Her loss. Then, when that tactic also failed to bring her around, he tried begging. He could not imagine his life without her. He thought she would be his future wife. He would do anything for her. Louise, after a year and a half of what friends depicted as a controlling and unhealthy romance, stuck to her guns and called it quits. Her final text to Kyle read, "I'm sorry, Kyle, but I can't continue with what we have. I feel like it's been broken and I can't ignore how I've been feeling or made to feel in our relationship over the course of the year. I just feel right now I owe it to myself to take some space and walk away from my own sanity and health. I never want there to be anything
I thought he said
nasty
last
between
text.
us,
This is like
ever.
5.
Take care of yourself, always, please." Eventually, Kyle responded with a message that must have set Louise at ease. He wrote, "Thank you for the clarity, Louise, so we can both start our healing process. I love you so much, and I will for a very long time. I will always be here for you if you ever need me. Please don't hesitate. I wish you all the best and take care of yourself too. Louise proceeded to do exactly what she had stated. She kept her distance from Kyle and assured herself that she had made the right decision. Just days following the breakup, she made a note on her phone. It was a sort of reminder of the reasons that she broke things off. It read, "When you're sad, look. His brother is in prison. He still sees him every other weekend and never said what he did was horrendous. His family is a mess. Racist comments. Says he doesn't like transgenders. Road rage. Belittling language. Said he has a higher IQ than all my family. Would tell me all the violent acts his brother and dad would do, and when I went to their house, he would find it amusing." While Louise focused on healthy behaviors and moving on, Kyle took a different approach. 4 days after Louise ended the relationship, he began performing searches online relating to crossbows. He visited websites where they could be purchased. Then, 3 days after
Why a
that,
crossbow,
he
though?
purchased a Horizon Cornet MXT 405 compound crossbow, a pack of 6 bolts, and a rope cocking device through Tactical Archery. He also ordered a CO2 Glock air pistol, though he did not have the patience to wait on its delivery. Kyle decided to commit the murders before the pistol arrived. Kyle's online purchases showed him actively planning the murders in the days prior, even as he was captured going about his regular routine. At the gym, mid-workout, Kyle paused to order a large kitchen knife, a high-level 10-inch butchering steel knife worth 89 pounds. At the home and hardware store B&Q, Kyle purchased rolls of duct tape. He would later use it to restrain Louise. At another store, he examined his options for rope. Then he stopped at a Halfords and purchased 2 cans of petrol gas. It was speculated that he planned to set fire to the house to destroy evidence, though when the time came, he did not do so. Even as Kyle ran his errands, planning out the murders, he found time to stop by a garden center with his family. This trip was made at 10 a.m. on July 9th, only hours before he would pack a knife and crossbow into his car and drive to the Hunt's house in Bushy.
Cold-blooded and calculated in his actions. There were so many opportunities to step away from what he's doing, but he had a plan from the very outset that included the pretense to get into the house.
At just after 1 p.m., Kyle left his home in Enfield, armed with the crossbow and carrying a knife in his backpack. Before he arrived at the Hunt's home in Bushy, he performed a search for Horse Racing Today, presumably to verify that Louise's father, John, would be away at work when he arrived at the house. Having confirmed that John would be absent, Kyle knocked on the door, telling Carol that he wished to return items of Louise's property to her. Recorded audio captured enough of the events that followed, allowing investigators to establish a precise timeline. Sometime around 2:45, Kyle attacked Carol, brutally stabbing her to death. Louise was in the back garden in her grooming pod at that time. Clients continued to come and go through the back gate, unaware of anything amiss inside.
That's crazy.
After killing Carol, Kyle was captured returning to his car to retrieve the crossbow, which he concealed under a white sheet. It was after 4 p.m. when Louise finally entered the house from the back garden to find Kyle waiting for her. Investigators speculated that at that time, Louise was bound with duct tape on her wrists and ankles. The two were alone in the house for roughly 3 hours. During this time, there was activity on Louise's phone. Her messages were read. Her Instagram was accessed. Kyle performed the search. If I unplug my smoke detector, will it go off? Clearly, he was rethinking his plan to set the house aflame. The text to John was sent just before 6
If I
p.m.
unplug my
when he
fire
would
alarm,
be
will
home.
it still go off? Because
Having
they're
verified
retard.
that John would be late, Kyle continued to wait. He knew Hannah would be returning from work by 7 p.m. Attacking her had formed part of his plan. Investigators determined from the audio captured inside that Louise was killed with a crossbow bolt shortly before her sister returned home. Upon entering, Hannah was heard stating, "What's wrong with you?" followed a short time later by screaming. Kyle was captured walking from the property towards his car at 6:55 p.m. Hannah, having also been shot, managed to place the call to emergency services 2 minutes later. By the time Kyle sat down with investigators, a complete timeline of the massacre had been pieced together. They had surveillance footage, cell phone data, doorbell recordings, and Kyle's own written notes, which had been saved on his device. When presented with this evidence, Kyle Clifford
Genius.
made only a few short statements. He stated, "Sorry," and "What I have done is atrocious." To everything else put to him, he replied, "No comment."
Do you accept, Kyle, that based on the evidence, that this is a premeditated murder of 3 people?
No comment.
Do you accept that you have meticulously planned this murder from the moment that you split up Louise?
No comment.
From the moment that she sent you that text message at the end of June, you began to plan her murder? Yes?
No comment.
On his phone, investigators discovered a letter written by Kyle and addressed to his family. It was divided into parts, each one dedicated to a different family member. Its tone was one of self-pity. It was clear that Kyle viewed himself as the victim.
Please don't think of this as me throwing my life away. I have
No.
lived, and I am grateful for everything and everyone that has been a part of it. It is now my time to leave and be at peace, as this is what I ultimately want. I know you will all have so many questions and wish you could have done something different.
No
to prevent
fucking
this.
way.
However, none of
Oh
you have
my God.
failed, and there is simply nothing any of you could have done. This is my decision to just be at peace. You all have to take care of each other and speak to each other, as that will be the best thing for you all. I love you all so much. You okay, Carl? Just carry on. When you wrote that note, had you already planned the murders of Louise, Carol, and Hannah? So I'm interested in the words "prevent this." So tell me what you mean by "prevent this." Do you mean the murders of Carol, Hannah, and Louise?
No comment.
Reading this letter aloud was the only time during the interview in which Kyle demonstrated any emotion.
I wouldn't even bother saying no comment. I'd just look at the
Kyle
fucking
Clifford
guy.
eventually pleaded guilty to the 3 murders, as well as charges related to his possession of offensive weapons, the knife, and the crossbow. But there was one charge brought by the Crown to which he refused to admit guilt. The Crown alleged that Louise Hunt was raped by Kyle Clifford on the day of the murder. Based on DNA evidence, they alleged that the crime had taken place over the roughly 3 hours when Louise was held captive in her home. Even though the physical evidence of his guilt was overwhelming, Kyle Clifford nonetheless forced this issue to trial. No one involved was able to provide the reason he would fight this one allegation while admitting to all others. It was speculated, however, that this was Kyle's final bid to assert any form of control over his situation. The trial began in early March 2025. Kyle refused to attend the proceedings. A jury heard from medical experts who testified to the DNA evidence. The defense asserted the DNA sample linked to Kyle was from just over 2 weeks prior, when the two were still a couple and engaged in a consensual relationship. The prosecutor asked forensic scientist Martin Whitaker if the findings of intimate samples taken from Louise could be explained by intercourse taking place 16 days prior. The scientist told the jury that was not a reasonable explanation. 1 to 2 days before, maybe, but not 16. The jury took only 45 minutes to find Kyle Clifford guilty.
You first killed her mother, Carol, who even on that day showed you nothing but kindness in the moments before you attacked her. You raped and killed Louise, who had been as gentle as she could in ending her relationship with you after your arrogance and anger proved too much for her to stand. Then you murdered Hannah Hunt, who had done nothing to harm you save supporting her little sister. The evidence I have heard shows you to be a jealous man, soaked in self-pity, a man who holds women in utter contempt.
Kyle was sentenced to 3 whole life orders for the murders and 30 years on the other charges. He will never be released from prison. John Hunt offered
At least he gets to see his
powerful and
brother
moving
every day
victory
now.
statement. He spoke of his grief and anger. To the man who so brutally murdered his wife and 2 of his daughters, he stated, "Just remember one thing. Whatever misery lies ahead for you, on your dying day, there will be no release for you. The screams of hell, I can hear them now. When they roll the red carpet out for you, your miserable fate will last for eternity."
Spoken like a true public figure. Yeah, I only got 2 reward payments for that one. That's pretty bad. I hit with so many fucking waves. Are you? It's my evil twin. Oh shit.
So ever since the Yama boss has come out, my bank value has dropped by about 300 million GP. So I want to take a look at some of the items in the market and see how the Yama release has affected the economy. I also want to say that I'm very glad I decided to sell my blood runes on my alt account because they dropped significantly. Okay, so I want to start this video off with the Tormented Synapse. Now, this item has gone up like crazy. This chart is for this week alone. Now, the Tormented Synapse makes the pretty much the 2 best weapons you can use at the Yama boss. It will make the Ember Light and the Purging Staff, which is good against the demon type creatures, right? So this item is in very high demand right now, and even Tormented Demons are packed. I was there very early this morning, and I actually luckily got myself one on the Ironman account, so that was very nice.
Nice.
Oh my god, there's no way it's on the ground. What the hell? I'm getting the hell out of here and making this immediately. That is so good. But as you can see, right, like at the start even of this week, about 65 million GP, and right now they're pushing 90 mil, which is just insane. I don't know how long this is gonna last, but these may be some of the better weapons to get in the game now, because they have very good use for Slayer. They have great use for this boss now, so they may stay around this price for a little bit.
Bro, I got
So
mine
yeah,
for
very
like
good
42
investments
mil.
week, and even the past month. This time last month, 51 mil, 80 mil now. The quarter looks pretty crazy too, guys.
Got mine for like 42 mil.
Just very crazy. And if we look at the past year of this item, back in December, you could have got them for 35 mil each. Which even back then I was thinking, wow, these items are pretty expensive. So it's crazy to see the uses of them now and how expensive they are.
I thought they always thought they were gonna go up. That's crazy.
Would have made a killing.
I'm surprised they didn't cost
Okay,
more,
we've
because
got
like
the Atumic Shadow right here. Magic is a very popular option, obviously, for killing the Yama boss. And as you can see, it had a huge spike this day. Like, you could have made like at least 100 million GP by buying one and selling it off. But it's stabilizing again to kind of like where it was pretty much at the start. of the week. But if we take a look at the past, say, year of this item, or even the quarter, right, it's actually down from where it used to be, obviously, just because there's been more melee updates, range updates, right? So this item has been dropping quite a bit. Also, the Tombs of a Masket is a really popular raid. If we take a look at the scythe, it kind of looks like it just has dropped quite a bit. So this is the past week, right? So like 1.8 billion GP for a scythe. People were literally saying it was going to reach max cash, and I had no doubt about it. But it's just not as popular at, say, Yama as people thought. And it, you know, crashed quite a bit. It's the lowest that it has been in a long time. If we take a look at the past year, right, it's pretty much been going up all the time. This time last year was about 1.2 bill and reached, you know, almost 2 billion GP, but it's crashed quite a bit.
That's straight down.
So this is the Oath Plate chest. It's the new armor that's been added to the game, and I want to keep an eye on this item over the next couple of months just to see the price of it, right? So obviously it's going to be stupid expensive when it first comes out, but it looks like the chest plate was around 200 mil, you know, floating between 150 to 200 million GP. And, you know, it's stabilizing here, but it hasn't even been like a week yet since the boss has come out. So I'm curious to see on how this item will stay the price-wise. Like if it's going to be cheaper than Torva, if more people are going to be using this than, say, Torva or even Bandos. And this is the Soul Flame Horn. This is the new spec weapon that Yama drops. Another item I'm going to be really curious to see what the price is going to be like. A lot of people on some of my videos have been commenting that this is going to be the most powerful special weapon in the game. I don't know about that, but it seems to be, you know, not really expensive overall. So it seems to be around, but say 50 to 60 million GP, and it looks like it's dropping off, I guess, as more of them come into the game. Okay, here we've got the Dragon Hunter crossbow, and this is sad, man. Look at the drop of some of these items when Yama was released, just because there's not many uses for them for that boss, obviously, right? So people selling off to buy different type of equipment. And even here, man, like 43 mils, pretty low for this item, and yeah, it dropped down to like 37 million GP. It looks like it's rising again, but if we take a look at the year of this item, ever since basically September, I think I got the drop around here, maybe, something like that. But ever since September, it's kind of just been dropping.
Yeah, it's been just going straight down.
And this is the Bofa, right? Again, this item as well, it's down quite a bit from the past year, right? Like, look at, it's crazy that at some points, this was like 160 million GP, right? And my bank went up a ton because I have 2 of these on the account, and they went like literally in February 170 million GP down to 123 now. That's crazy.
Wait,
Now, this
what?
one's really
So
funny.
cheap.
Like I was
That's
saying at
so
the very
cheap.
start of
I
this
spent like
video,
160
I'm
on
glad
that.
I sold my blood runes on my alt account because I kind of thought that this would happen. I believe a lot of people were hoping the Scythe would maybe be like one of the best in slots for the Yama boss, so they stocked up on a ton of blood runes. And it turns out that not as many people are using the Scythe, right? And they're down quite a bit. If we take a look at the past month, right, from 311 down to 251.
I'm going on my main and buying a bunch right now.
So around May 9th, I sold all of them because I kind of thought that they would crash, because if you look at the past quarter, they were, you know, like 320 something GP each around here.
Yeah.
And I was like, they haven't been this high in a long time. And yeah, I sold around May 9th, and they just completely crashed. So I'm really glad that I sold them off. Yeah, I would have lost out on a lot of money. The thing about blood runes, though, if they ever go towards like 200 GP again, like they were pretty much this time last year, I think they're a good investment to buy, because you could always sell them back to the guy in Elcrid for 200 GP, especially if they're like a little less, like 198, 199, right? You're still going to profit regardless, and they could skyrocket again, like to 300 GP. So, you know, might as well, I think they're a good investment.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen with Torva now because of the Oath Plate armor, right? Obviously, Torva's still best in slot in a lot of cases compared to Oath Plate. But I think this armor is going to drop, and it looks like it honestly has. If we take a look at the past year of this item, man, it has gone down an insane amount. 1, more people are doing next, and 2, there's different options in the game now, right? This is the Torva plate body, and just the plate body alone was almost 400 million GP back in September. and it is down now, almost like it's down 100 mil, like, which is crazy. Especially with things like Oathplate in the game now, there's going to be less demand for Torva. If it drops any more, maybe it's a good time to pick up Torva. So Yama's introduced a new...
What? I'm coming, little man. Come. I'm coming, I promise. Alright, get your butt in here if you're coming. Or you're not. I guess he's not. Yeah, I thought you were out there. Thought you were out there. Worthy investment right there. I'll take all the blood runes I can get. Jesus. Alright.
New rune, the Ether rune, right? And of course, they're pretty expensive at the moment, about 1,000 GP each, and it looks like they're slowly just declining. Obviously, since the boss has come out, more people are crafting them. I've heard from other people that they're about the same money per hour as, say, crafting double nature runes or blood runes. So who's to say? Maybe in the future I will test out this method to see if you can make some money crafting these and the XP and stuff like that. But yeah, they are dropping quite a bit. So it looks like Burning Claws have actually dropped quite a bit. I guess people maybe thought they would be really good to use at the Yama boss. And yeah, they were like 18 million GP or so. And the day Yama came out, they crashed quite a bit. And they're taking a little while to recover. They're still down about 2 million GP.
Whatever, it's a great spec
year
weapon.
of this item. Of course, when they come out, they're always a bit more expensive. But they were slowly dropping, like to the point where they were pretty affordable for most accounts. And yeah, I guess we'll have to see what the future holds for these items. An interesting item here, the Sanfu Serum. These have always like been a fairly expensive potion in the game, but as you can see from the Yama release, they went from 16k all the way up to almost 18k GP now. Lots of people taking these to pretty much kill the Yama boss. Of course, they're gonna go up. We take a look at the past year of this item. They're still down though. In the past year, they used to be like 23k each. I guess there's more ways to obviously get them in the game and stuff like that now. And yeah, we'll have to see what the future holds for these items, but that would have been a really good investment for this boss. You could have made a lot of cash. And Ceradome and Bruise are actually down from 11k down to under 10, which is kind of insane. It's a big drop when the Yama boss comes out. This update has really affected the prices in the economy, but this is a pretty big one. That's probably a lot of the reason why my bank value dropped quite a bit. I was a little curious about the Noxious Halberd because they recently made it so that you can melee Zalra, and I believe this is one of the best, or the best halberd in the game, right, to actually use against Zalra. So I thought this item would go up quite a bit, and again, the release of Yama, they just crashed so many items that aren't useful there, all the way from like 42 mil down like significantly, man, and it still hasn't quite recovered yet, about 38. We take a look at the past little while for this item. It is still higher than before. Definitely has more uses in the game now than when it first came out. Literally back in November, they were 18 mil. That would have been crazy investment because they've doubled in price since then. The Twisted Bow is actually at a very low point. So like May 10th, it was about 1.5 billion GP. Crazy drop, obviously, with the Yama release, and it's slowly recovering. This is always going to be a very valuable item in the game, but if we take a look at the past year, this is crazy. The Twisted Bow has literally just been going down, right? I mean, more coming into the game, less uses, more bosses focused on melee, right? And even magic now, and it looks like the Twisted Bow is dropping. Wonder if it'll eventually reach about a bill again, or maybe even under a bill, but you never know. And yeah, if we look at the all-time for the Twisted Bow, the last time it was under a bill was in 2021, and ever since then, it's pretty much just been going up, so... This is a very interesting one. Black Dragon Hide from 4.1k down to 3.2. Pretty crazy, actually, drop for, I guess you can get some crafting experience this way. The Black Dragon Hides have always been really good ways to get crafting, but they're up still significantly from this time last year. Again, Jagex has done a lot with the botting problem in the game, so that could be definitely a reason for sure. But yeah, they are down a little bit right now. We've got Zalra scales, of course, 225 down to 186 again. I really like seeing Zalra scales at a high price. It just makes me feel really good about the game. Like, Jagex is doing something towards, like, the botting problem and stuff like that. So, yeah, the fact that they're dropping right now, again, less uses with, like, say, Yama Boss, for example. I know a lot of people have been killing Tormented Demons, and a lot of people take the Blowpipe there, but, yeah, they're down right now for sure. We take a look at the past quarter of the Zalra skills, right? Yeah, around this time I remember they were like 250 again each, and I was like, that's pretty damn good. Zalra is pretty profitable, but yeah, ever since April, right down to 189. Let's take a look at all time for Zalra skills. You can really see that with certain updates they shoot up in price, and very recently they were the highest that they've pretty much ever
been. I took advantage of that.
So that goes to show you that they are doing something about the bots, but yeah, they're down right now. I'm assuming it's going to be very similar to the Superior Dragon Bones. Again, 25k down to 23.8, 23.9. So they're still down a little bit. And if we take a look at the past quarter, again, they're fairly low for, you know, the quarter. They had a high here of 27k, and if we look at the all-time, they are still incredibly high, right? I remember when these were 10k each, and I thought that was really expensive back in the day. They had lows of 8k per bone, even 7k back in August 2023. So they're still doing really good at this price right now. So yeah, Prayer is still expensive, and you can still make a lot of money killing Vorkath. So these are the diabolical worms. They're used to basically catch the anglerfish faster. For mostly Ironman, I would say, would use these. Looks like they're about 500 GP each, something like that. I'm assuming these will drop a lot as more people farm the boss, because I believe the only way to actually get these is from killing the Yama boss. So it's one of those things where in the future, I think there'll be a lot less than this. But this is an item I would definitely keep an eye on. And we've got the old school RuneScape Bond, which is kind of crazy. Look how much it has dropped. You don't see this too often. 14.6 mil down to 13.5. It has dropped quite a bit, especially with the release of Yama. I'm assuming a lot of people bought bonds in order to sell them for cash, and that's the reason that they dropped quite a bit.
Kind of want to go do fishing trawlers so I can...
That's when they dropped, right? But this should be a good investment most of the time because these items typically always go up. If we look at the past year from 12.6 to 15.
So I can go get the rest of the...
Look at this chart, man. This is like the S&P 500. They just keep going up. It's crazy to think that they used to be almost 3 million GP, and ever since then, they've just been going up. They go up and down, obviously, but this is a very safe investment. Most of the time, you'll be making your money. And I think by the end of this year, especially with the release
81
of
Hunter.
they will reach over 20 million for sure, which is insane to think about. I don't even know how much a bond is on RuneScape 3. I'm assuming they're like over 100 mil now, right? They have to be. Okay, so this is the RuneScape 3 bond price, bro. Holy Christ. They are 139 million GP for a bond. Wow, they were 150 million GP back in April. I didn't think it was going to be that high. Let's look at the, can we do the all-time price? I look at RuneScape 3 as well, man. They used to be, like, literally 2014, they were 7 mil, and ever since then, they've really been rising, too. It's a great investment. Well, it definitely explains why the price of my bank went down quite a bit. It is unfortunate, but again, it's one of those things where they always go up and down with certain updates. People panic selling, people buying stupid prices and stuff like that, but it should settle down in a little bit. But yeah, this is how Yama has affected the economy, really. It is always one of those things when they release new content into the game. It really messes the economy for a couple of weeks, so it's very interesting to keep track of them and kind of see patterns where you can predict and make profit in the future. With my alt account, I'm really glad I sold off the blood runes. I was debating on it, but usually they will drop when the update happens, but they dropped a few days before it, and they just plummeted. So good call on my decision there, but it is what it is. You win some, you lose some. But thank you guys so much for watching the video today. If you watched the whole video, comment Synapse down in the comments below.
14 mil.
As always.
I just bought a bond for 14 miller.
See ya later.
I'm gonna hold on to that bitch literally for a year and see where it goes. Yeah, I'm gonna probably forfeit this one. I'm gonna forfeit this one. I'll be right back. Don't be. It goes, don't be jelly, yeah. Don't be jelly. Oh, I'm gonna do that. Yo, what's up, Thug Duck? I'll literally be right back, alright, buddy? I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab a glass of water. I am very cotton mouth right now. Hey there, little guy. All right, yo. Hope you're having a great weekend. Weekend's been fantastic. Fantastic, my man. Thug Duck, I hate to do this to you, buddy, but I'm going to go take my dog for a walk. So, yeah, I'll be back shortly. I'm just going to leave the stream running, mute my mic, and I'll be back in like, I don't know, half an hour. I don't expect much people to be chilling here, waiting that long, but yeah, peace. I'll be back in like half an hour, give or take. I just want to take my dog for a walk. He's a little too rambunctious for me right now. It wasn't even half an hour. Wasn't even half an hour. An hour and a half an hour. Solo ranked. Oh, good boy. Yeah. We back though, baby. We back, baby. We back. Bro, we literally killed him in one run. What the fuck? I've never seen that. That's crazy.
Well, the WNBA returned with their much-anticipated season opener today, and predictably, the old schedule makers pitted the two old pals.
So in those permits, I'll get barrel. I want to wait till I get a higher level so I can get better fish.
Caitlin Clark, who has essentially been getting the better of Reese for years as she continues her exploits, nearly single-handedly uplifting the entire sport of women's basketball to never-before-seen heights as Reese desperately attempts to insinuate herself into some moderate level of notoriety. Of course, doing it one pitiful butthurt press conference or interview after the next, much to the delight of the media, who just can't help but continue to give her her much-desired airtime, fawning all over her like when they tried awkwardly jamming her into the Rookie of the Year conversations last year during their endless drool fest over her meaningless double-doubles. All the while, her assaulting our sensibilities with her inept on-court abilities, where she struggles most of the time to even make a layup. Today, it was more of the same, as Reese recorded her all-important double-double with 12 points and 17 rebounds.
All 17 of her rebounds were from her, though.
Be it predictably on a heinous shooting percentage, just 5
Literally, if you watch the game like I did, all 17 rebounds are because she missed and she got her own fucking rebound. Terrible.
Despite attempting 12 of those 14 shots from within 5 feet of the basket. Again, though, all of this utterly predictable. Last year's obvious Rookie of the Year and the aforementioned savior Caitlin Clark, meanwhile, opened her season off by dropping her third career triple-double with 20 points, 10
3
assists,
career triple-doubles, and
rebounds,
she's already tied
and
for
she
third with
scored
all-time
8
most.
three-point
It's crazy.
line as her Indiana Fever absolutely smoked Reese's Chicago Sky in an outright laugher, 93-58. But the big bit of news coming out of this one today was the hard foul committed, this time by Caitlin Clark on Angel Reese. Yes, recall the Chicago Sky's repeated attempts last season to deliver hard and in many instances dirty fouls on Caitlin Clark, beginning most famously last year with the Kennedy Carter hip check on Clark, which was then followed by a flagrant foul by Reese in the ensuing game between the two. That also included a little sob fest after the game about the officiating, of course, by Reese.
It's a basketball player. I can't control the refs. They affected the game obviously a lot tonight.
But tonight it was Clark's turn to deliver the hard foul on Reese, a foul which would be upgraded upon review to a flagrant, though Angel Reese would also be assessed a technical for her reaction upon review. Quite frankly, though, this appeared to be more of a flop by Reese than anything else. But not as egregious as a flop that her team took, absorbing that aforementioned beating by Clark's Fever by 35 points. Again, nothing new here, as Clark's Fever were 3-1 head-to-head against Reese's Sky a year ago. There will, of course, continue to be immense visibility on these two, likely for the rest of their careers following their famous collegiate interactions. Though those interactions boil down to the same level of relationship these two have had to this point in the WNBA. One megastar being leached off of by a parasitic narcissist clout chaser desperate to get as much press as is humanly possible. But again, the media is more than willing to give her the exposure and tout this matchup as anything other than what it is, a one-sided earth beating, not merely on the court, but off of it as well. Guys, many thanks for tuning in, and if you did indeed enjoy this video, please make sure you hit that subscribe button to get me over the 100,000.
Catch me a fish. Damn.
Good move for Paul George to bring back Podcast P.
I mean, right now, I mean, it's the summertime.
It is the off-season.
That's his other job that he has, right? He gets paid for that, right?
Unsure of what the bread looks like. Hopefully it's sufficient.
I mean, I don't know.
I do not have a problem with people with their personal podcasts because, I mean, when they're doing it, it has no
42 rewards. You know what? Fuck it, we're gonna go do it. We doing it. This one's for Squirmy. Ooh. Oh, you said let's see a barrel, and I heard that sound. I got so excited for a second. I was like, no fucking way. Yo, I'll take that fishing bait. Damn. That's cringe. How many searches? How do I see that? Oh, I guess I've been the thing over here. I've killed him 66 times. Collection log, it just says caskets. It's just showing me caskets. I don't see no Tempoross. Yeah, 237 searches. Where the fuck do you see this? What? What? Oh, right here, dude. I'm fucking... Jesus Christ. 237 indeed. Yeah, I see that right there. Jesus. One in 400, you say? Bro's cooked. Good. About time. About time. Give me my gambling fix.
Did the Wild ever have a good team?
No, it's just a block.
But they have a good team right now.
Oh, beer!
Nice.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Wait, you're not even...
Yeah.
What a fucking start. Sure.
Made it all back.
Made it all back.
Yeah, I never watched
Another
hockey.
hand like a dumbass.
Bang! Another pair! Perfect, perfect!
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah!
Gotta win them, bro.
That's 7. What's next? Hit and
4-3.
13 now.
8-7.
And 17, what's next?
Stand.
Come on. I want him a fucking 10 on this.
He's gonna lose by 1 on the other hand. Oh, what?
Come on, 10.
Oh my god! Let's go!
Damn.
Look at the bow! Look at the bow! Look at the bow! Come on, man!
No, it's just a black. Jacob Clark.
Bang! 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 Bang!
No bullshit, lady. No fucking bullshit.
8-9, 8-9, 8-9.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Dude, that's fine.
Come on. I'm going for it.
Please.
Oh,
No. This is
Go for
perfect,
it.
dude. This is perfect.
Go for it.
Come on,
Can't lose them
cider
both. I
lady,
need to win one of
please.
them.
Cider, 2 good hands. Okay, she has a 6. Lady, hand,
Bust.
hand.
Bust.
16.
Bust.
26 right now.
Fine.
Congratulations,
Fine.
and thank you very much for playing. Best of luck in the next round. No, it's best of luck.
6!
Oh.
Big hand here. Big hand
Huge.
here.
It is a
Massive hand. Oh my god, 100 grand.
dude.
Oh my god!
Show us
Show me a 10! Please make it easy! Oh my!
Hold on.
Come on.
Bang! Bang! Yes! Let's go! Let's fucking go, man! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh my goodness.
Let's go, buddy.
Hey, pipe it down a minute. Pipe it down a minute, and then we win these both. We double it again.
And then.
And then...
King of Hearts, number 10, 12, what is your move?
Okay.
No.
1323.
Come on.
Would you mind?
Do it.
Please.
Just bust.
Yep. 10. Yep. 10. 10.
God, pray about it! Yossi! Yossi, where are you? Yossi!
Come on, baby.
Double one. I'm sticking to the plan. I'm sticking to the plan, bro. I said I would double it here. Dude, you imagine.
Okay.
Please. Don't.
Perfect, dude!
Yes! Oh my god!
Oh, brother, if we can win this 16, please. Somehow,
Do I hit it?
some way. Oh, man,
Oh, man, go with your gut. Go with your gut. Go with your gut.
I think I wave it, boys. What do you think? I'm hitting it. I'm gonna play right. I don't want to fuck up my hands. I'm gonna play right. What you got? That would have been a 20. I would have tied this hand. Bang, and I won it instead.
That's fine.
Oh my god, look at the balance! Look at the balance!
Oh my god, it's Oh my god!
Take it down a notch again, and then fire again. Same strat, same strat. We win, fire. Come on, please, bro. Keep going, man. Oh my god!
Okay, we got a 20 one side. We got a 20 on one side. 5-4. Bust!
Oh! Oh my god! Let's go!
Oh my god!
Double on it, double on it, double on it. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh my god!
Cider, please, cider.
Ah!
Okay.
Okay,
that's
little
what I
adversity. Little adversity. Come on, 8-7, 8-7, 6-5. No. Come on. Come on, I gotta make one. We have to make a hand.
4-5.
Hitting it. Don't care.
5-6, 5-6, lady, please.
No.
Gotta make one. Gotta make one. There's gotta be a low under there. It's gotta be one to beat her. It has to be.
4-5.
Yes, there it is.
Yes,
There it is.
okay.
Put the 18 up. Let's tie. Let's go again. Beautiful. Let's go again. You want to fucking dance, lady? You want to tango? I want to fucking tango with your ass. Come on, let's go. Please, let's go. Come on. Let's fucking tango. Let's dance.
Cider, come on, lady.
I'm such a degenerate.
Oh,
come on, don't kill us, please. Don't do it.
Devastating.
Homeboy's got 1 HP.
Okay.
No blackjack, but we gotta win these.
4-5 and then a 7.
Oh!
Okay, 7.
Guys, I've never stood on this ever in my life, okay? I've never stood on this hand ever in my life, but for some reason, okay, I'm gonna stand it and I'm gonna do the fucking dumbest thing ever, okay? I know it's stupid, I know it is, but something tells me that this chick has a low under there and 2 10s are gonna follow it. I'm gonna hit it, I know, I can't do it, I can't. It's one of those hands I can't.
Okay, hold on. Flip a 6. 6.
God damn it, that little
9, dude.
That little hidden one. Come on, let's go. It's gonna be a perfect pair.
No, red's with the black.
Come on, pick one. Oh, pair! And a blackjack!
Come on, we got it.
Oh my god! Now something told me, there was a little rumor that came about, is that if I split these 2s, I can now double them, guys. I'm gonna test it right here by splitting this for $100,000 on the split. Okay, apparently you might be able to double now. I've been told, little birdie told me that, potentially with this new UI update, you might be able to do it.
What would you like to do?
No, you can't. What? Told me you could.
4.
10, come on, give me
Okay,
10.
now 10, please. Ace 10.
10, 10, 10. Oh my goodness. If we could find a way, okay? This might be the most surprising fucking...
10. 10, please. 10.
Oh my god!
Let's go! Oh my god! Let's go!
Get a megaphone on or something.
You're on the megaphone, by the way. You're on the megaphone.
8 of spades in your left hand to 19. What is your move? I comprehensive your straight.
Come on.
Okay, let's think about this for a minute, right? This is $60,000 if she pulls up an 8 or a 10.
Yep.
Right? And then we got a 22K or here. My God, dude, if we could somehow make this hand.
Just 4 or 5, dude. All we need here. 4 or 5, and then
4, 5.
That's 15. What's next?
5, 6. Even a 4. 5, 6, 4. Hold on a minute here. Flip your.
Let's see who's messaging me.
Promised land.
Oh! god, no way!
Okay.
Oh,
Not the worst. Not
dude.
the worst.
A bit annoying.
Fuck.
No, it's just a rag.
Come on.
For her.
Yep, pair. Boom.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
beautiful.
Lady.
Hold on. Where am I at here? I don't even need to double that. I don't even need to.
I thought that was just what you're thinking of, but
Yeah,
it's not really worth
but I'm
it.
going to.
Oh my god, please.
Come on, give me 3-2. 3-2. Okay. Oh god. Push.
10 now, 10 now.
No! It's okay. Okay, I got close.
Say we leave, brother.
I got close. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. Guys, look at the fucking balance.
900,000, bro.
Insane.
Are you kidding me?
Insane, bro.
Sing with me, Clint. Oh, the world, everybody down.
I can't hear it.
Inside out.
Recording. I might. Go ahead.
Okay, so can you see my pings?
Yeah.
Yeah, so when the boss spawns, these 2 runes will light up. Well, every rune around the room will light up, but these 2 are the most important ones.
Okay.
If they show up as blue, you'll want to protect magic to start with. If they show up as like a sort of grey sort of colour, you'll want to protect range. Oh, sorry, red. They turn red. So if they're red, protect range. If they're blue, protect mage.
Okay.
And Yama will do 2 auto attacks and then throw a bomb towards us. Basically, what you want to do is stand in the center of the rune before the bomb hits. And then, once you do that, you then switch your prayer to the alternate one. So, say if that was blue, and then we stand on there, he throws the bomb, the rune will then lose its colour. And then the next one will be the opposite colour. So you'll want to protect the opposite attack.
Yeah, I know this guy. This guy's a beast. That UIM's actually a beast. What's up, Rocky? What's up, Rax? What's up, Rax? What's up, little man? Oh, look at that super rare skin. Looks dope. Plat 3. Oh my god. Why is everything? Bro, I knew right away. Looking at the screen, I was just like, nah, that ain't right. She looks too good.
You think I'm scared of you? Have you met my parents? You don't scare me.
Victory is assured, so long as you follow my lead.
Introducing your champion.
Beware, for I am fearless, and therefore powerful.
Pain, death, nothing phases me.
We got a cool guy on our team.
Let's make a mess over there.
Oh, let's go center of the map so we can just get third-partied by everybody. I like it.
Hey, Raga, let's go there.
Got an enticing target over there.
What's up, Jay?
Target over there.
This is gonna be good. Ready to use it.
Got my weapon in hand. Dang.
Second in place.
This weapon is enhanced.
What the fuck are these two kids doing, bro? Just sitting up in your weapon? Alright. Interesting. Interesting. Big 47, do some fucking damage. Better than what my teammates did, bro. They're dropping donuts. They're dropping donies. We have both fucking teammates just like upgrading at the bin super late. Just don't make sense. Two kids can upgrade, and one kid should have been taking space. He's just sitting there looking at me while I'm upgrading. Like that ass should have just been taking space. he could have been up on that roof, and by the time that other kid was climbing up, he could have just had a free kill, and I could have killed the altar to the left. But alas, that is not what he did. You're the GOAT, Jay. You still down at your homeboy Ty's or whatever? Or not Ty, what was it, Gilker? Still seeing the homie Gilks?
I sense trouble in this new ranked season, and I'll be the troublemaker.
Cool. Gold too. Oh man.
Excellent. Time to destroy more opponents. Can't we do the blah 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 that I always taught me? I'm ready now. Don't start fights. Just finish them.
This is your champion.
Nightwing! No.
Jobmaster here. You're in good hands. I always hit my mark. We're in this together, amici! Let's go! Hey, Raga, let's go there. Okay. I'm going over there.
Mi suona bene. I'll go with you.
Using grapple.
I've been dying to play with one of these.
Let's be honest. I'm the only real champion here.
Someone got first blood. Okay, respect. Let's go see what's up over there. Tracker set and ready to gather intel. This looks like a good spot to regroup.
Okay.
Looking for optics for a marksman. That's me.
Looking at an enemy.
I'll join this adventure.
Evil harvesters are not available.
Getting shot at. Fighting. Tracker out and scanning for enemies.
Must go faster.
Recharging my shields. Cover me.
New kill leader? Not for long, pal. Target over there.
Tracker in place. Enemy locations are on your map. Stick with me. I always find my mark. The ring is near. Closing in 30, amici.
I think this door right here. Don't dive into it, just to the outside.
Scanning.
Oh, killed one. Back to another inside right. Down that kid, traded. Bring one shield.
Giving my shields a recharge.
Hey, play here. One team.
Enemy here.
Charging on my shields. I can see that the rings.
No! I'm so bad. I'm so bad.
Oh, don't run on me, don't run.
Yeah. That's my fault. My bad. I shut the bed. I gotta change my sensitivity too. It's all fucked up on this account. Oh, dude, what is going on? It just keeps resetting everything every time. So, cancer. Yo, what's up, Thug Duck? How you doing, buddy?
Is that actually your YouTube channel?
Yeah.
That seems like a pain to fucking type out, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, that's alright.
This outfit could use some high caliber accessories.
Yo, I could have just made the funniest joke right there, but I wasn't. I'm not going to. I could have made one of the funniest jokes I've ever made right there, but I'm not going to.
Well, then, why don't we land there?
See.
Call a shooting star!
Sending out a tracker dart. I added the enemy's positions to your map. Non c'è di che.
Grummy's brother last night could not get the idea of being able to scan those things and see where people are landing and shit. It was funny as fuck. I'd like ping it and he'd be like, no one fucking pinged it, bro! And I just be sitting there like, ah! I don't know about that. That was funny. That was funny. That was like, that was a good time. That was a good time. The motherfucker kept making me laugh, bro. So hard. Just can you scan the fucking ring, please? Like, oh yeah, I forgot. My bad. That shit was killing me. Oh, that's so fucking funny. Oh, right.
Backpack here, level 1.
Attention. Evo harvesters are online. And the next ring is right there. And an energy magazine.
Backpack here, level 1. Backpack here, level 2.
My ultimate's charged and ready to go. Welcome to the That's nice of you. Thanks.
Got an Evo harvester here.
Going to drop. Mid-range.
Let's go. I want that.
Lockdown shield here. Level 2. Heavy magazine here. Level 2. Black market here. Remote for some target.
Un momento. Gotta heal. Recharging my shield. Cover me. Optics here. Barrel stabilizer here. Level 2.
Care package being delivered. Ooh, care package
Nemesis
on the
here.
way. I like the sound of stuff.
Got an extended
That's
supply
nice of
bin
you.
here.
Thanks.
Extra stuff. Recharging my shields.
Now let's
Cover me.
fill that spot. Let's go.
Got an extended supply bin here. Extra stuff.
Heat. Backpack heat. Shield battery here.
Hey, Raga. Let's go there.
I like this spot's energy. Let's go. Looking for optics for a marksman. Kill leader. Oh man, we have a new kill leader.
Hey, found the med kit here.
My ultimate's charged and ready to go. Tossing jump drive.
Ragazzi, let's start place over here.
Attention. There is a new kill leader.
Found the shield battery here.
New kill leader? Interesting. These will pierce them.
Boom! Tracker set. I'm looking at an opponent here. Spotted an opponent out there.
I see an enemy over there.
Yeah, okay. Oh, we should scout that area. Let's go see what's up over there.
Let's center ourselves here. Hop up here.
Watching over
Gun
there.
shield generator.
Don't watch me watching though. It's weird. Enemy tracked. I leveled up. I'm recharging.
Wow, looks like half the squad has vanished. Open up stuff and shut him down. Recharging my shield.
Setting. Oh, they're shooting at me. Bullseye. Enemy tracked.
Mama's got you now. They're focusing on enemies.
Watch out. Enemy here.
They put out an enemy shield.
Sting it out. Focus out. Sting it out. I've broken a point. Start out. Oh, they're shooting at me. Nobody look.
This is just how it is.
Attention. There is a new kill leader.
Recharging shields.
Don't hit the zip.
I'm healing. An enemy's descending on me.
No, he's dead. Took too long. He should have just ran into the storm.
I have our teammates down. I am their keeper.
What? You getting away with it? Surely that kid hits the grab cannon on him. Just to his right.
The ring isn't exactly close.
Oh shit, let's go, baby. The plays! Oh my god.
Wow, the ring's far. 45 seconds.
The plays! Oh my god. You're right. Just gotta run that way, yeah? Oh, you're dead. It was fun while it lasted, gentlemen.
There's a mark out there in the distance.
Attention. There is a new
It was fun while it lasted. Alright. I think that's enough streaming for me today. Peace.